I'm gonna ask you, how do you, like, going through that, how did you pick apart the opportunities that was coming at you to see, like, okay, this is good and this is bad, or like this is an opportunity I should take, or this is an opportunity that I maybe should fall back on.
Um,
You feel me? And then people will see that, and they'll, well, not people, a certain type of black man will see that and want to test it because they intimidated by it. And that
mhm.
was me from like 18 or 22. Like, they were like, why this nigga so happy? And be like, let me see how I can diminish his day. I'll be like, I don't even like you. Like, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Then for
But
some
once you
reason,
show them that they can't diminish your day and that life that you have, it kind of makes them be like,
they go on to the next person.
yep.
You feel me? And
And then they
then
know not to mess with you because clearly they cannot bother you.
and then for some reason the women started doing it. So that's what I'm going through now. I'm trying.
Like what I want to do within my business, there's so many different routes that I could take with it because it's not just like one service that I can offer. I can offer more than one service because I model, I can coach models, I can
That's what I'm
coordinate.
saying.
You know
Like,
what I'm saying? So it's like one of those like I need to sit down and formulate that business plan. So that way I
what
have it in my mind like, okay, this is the steps, these are my goals, this is what I want to accomplish, this is what I want my business based around, this is our mission for this company.
the best, where we interview real people telling real truths and stories. The overall objective here is to break the negative narratives that plague our communities and minds. The biggest one we aiming to attack is that there are no more good men and women out here. Stand up men and women. The men and women we actually need in positions to help change our community for the better. Let's get into this. Get that off the way. I love rubber bands.
Speaking of, I don't have one. I was gonna put my
I'll
hair up.
keep something. So you want this?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Welcome back to another episode of No Flex Podcast. Thank you for coming on our episode of No Flex Podcast. Yes, yes, yes. I love doing these introductions. And I'm gonna love doing this introduction with you. Because when you filled out this form, you definitely left a business name blank. So if you
I sure
seen
did. You caught that real quick.
real quick, I'm like, oh, okay, she should have said something. You just said something and then just played it off because she know
I
what I'm
almost put a
gonna.
coming soon. But I was like, you know what? I already know he's gonna get on my head about it, so we just gonna leave that blank. Because he's gonna be like, coming soon.
So, but this is gonna be fun. So, on our introductions, we do a 10-second elevator pitch, and I'm gonna give you the preference of what a 10-second elevator pitch is.
Okay.
Let you attempt it, and then we're gonna
Okay.
pick through it a little bit.
Okay.
A 10-second elevator pitch consists of three things: an introduction as who you are, where you come from, who you are, what you do. So that's the things that you have going on, maybe the businesses that you own or operate in.
Okay.
And then the third, the most important part is how to connect. A call to action at the end to let people know, or the person you're pitching to know, how to follow up with you or how you can follow up with them.
Oh, okay.
That's why I had you do the list. So would you like to look at that as a reference?
I would, because I've got ADHD and I completely forgot half the list
And
you already stated. Okay, so who I am, I'm Brittany. I also go by Britt the Beauty. It depends on how you really excel, depends on how you really want to approach me. I model first and foremost. That's how I started off, was modeling. From there, I jumped into the role of a model coach. I started coaching models. A lot of models like my slow walk, so a lot of people were asking me to help coach their models for their shows. From there, I started coordinating with Michaela, and from there, it's just kind of continued. I've been a part of 4 shows now that I've co-produced. I've already got 2 that I'm working on for this upcoming year, and I've got a couple shows I'm working in. And as far as like following up with me, it would really just be Instagram, JBritt the Beauty _XO. My contact information is in my bio. You can, I gotta fix it, but you can email or text me. But I'm about to take the text option off.
You definitely should take that text option off.
I'm definitely gonna take the text option off. I don't even know how it got on there for real, but I do stuff and don't pay attention sometimes, so that might be my fault. But yeah, it's Britt the Beauty _XO, Britt with 2 T's, so it'll be a total of 3 T's in a row.
Okay. For a first timer, I like that. I like that. I like
Thank you.
that.
I've
You
never
didn't.
done an elevator pitch before.
Mm. Okay, and what I tell people, you need at least 3 of them to keep in your repertoire, in
Okay.
your arsenal, to be able to whip out at any time. Because um, the one you just gave, it hit 3 points. It hit all 3 points. I would say shorten it up, a little
Okay.
bit more confidence and the stuff, because you actually done those things, and they
Yes.
weren't little things. Like all the fashion shows I seen you walk in were big fashion shows in the city.
Yes.
Those fashion shows I seen you co-produce were big fashion shows in the city,
Thank
and the
you.
names that were connected to it, you can pull those names out. Like think if you was pitching to somebody and you knew Shanavia knew them, you can pull her name up rather than saying the fashion. You can say the fashion show and her name and a few other people you know is connected to them.
Absolutely.
That way, but keep it short, sweet, and to the point, because you really want to focus on, okay, how can I follow up? And that's my next point. The call to action, you really want to have that aiming for either 2 things.
Okay.
Either them to follow up with you, and then or for you to follow up with them. That's the first 2 out of the 3 elevator pitches. The third one is for when you sitting on your high horse, but you need a little fish to come up and get something done for you. But
Okay.
now the second, so you did the them following up with you. Now think about if you really wanted to follow up with them. Now you ain't got to do it now, but think about how would you do that in part, that call to action. Is it, can I get your number? Can I get your email? Or I see that you're going to be working on this, and I would really like to have some lunch or some coffee to talk about maybe networking on that. Like,
Okay.
you get what I'm saying?
Now I have homework.
Boom,
When I randomly start pitching you 3 different elevator pitches, I'm gonna need for you to critique them for me.
Shit, I'll be like, shit, let's get to some motherfucking money shit. Like,
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, because then I know you got the LLC. Look,
coming at the end of March.
Look, there we go. So, but yeah, I think it was really good overall. You hit those points, and just practice.
Absolutely.
Especially heading into this year, because you, I don't know if you noticed, but you put yourself in a mix of a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
I do a lot, yes.
A lot of money floating around you. So,
yes.
So let's get into it. A little more background on who you are and how you got started in modeling.
Oh, modeling, of course. I think like every model, it's like a childhood dream. It took me some years to like really build up that confidence to like put myself out there, but one year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. It was when indie fashion came to St. Louis. They held 3 different casting calls for the show. I auditioned 3 different times, and every time they told me no.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, cool, let's keep it going. And then I was just kind of like consistently posting on Instagram about it. I had a photographer, Marcus, shown up pics. I don't know if you're familiar with him. If you're not, you should check his work out. He's amazing. He reached out to me, the very first photographer to reach out to me. He was like, hey, seen your post that you want to model. He's like, would you like to shoot one day? I'm like, for real? I'm
networking.
Like, of course. So he was like, yeah, he's like, I got a group of models. He's like, we usually shoot on this day. He was like, you're more than welcome, come bring a couple outfits, come just to hang out, see if you like it. If you want to take some shots, we'll take some shots. If not, no worries. And that's how I met Shanavia. Yes. What? Yep, that was how I met Shanavia. So Shanavia has kind of been a part of like my whole journey, to be honest with you. I probably wouldn't have sat in some of the rooms I sat in, met some of the people that I met if it wasn't for her. But yeah, she came out, found me in the parking lot because I was lost. And we've just been growing together ever since, to be honest. She started her winter extravaganza fashion show. That was the very first fashion show I ever walked in. My very first show I ever walked in. And nobody even knew that I walked in that show.
You could not tell at all.
So the reason why is because my designer, he's absolutely amazing, had me in a headpiece. So you didn't even see my face. So everyone's like, you walked in that show? I'm like, yeah, it was the very first show I walked in. And they're like, where were you? I'm like, you know, that amazing person
because it was
who
the
came out
all
with
black, right? I remember
that was me. That was me. So that was that. And
That's
it's
crazy.
just been kind of like falling into place from there.
So you say you had the dream of becoming a model. Like, I'm a black man. You feel me? That
You're like, I don't understand that.
That never passed a thought in my head until like maybe in the mirror one day. I'm like, you know what? I can maybe pull that off.
Absolutely.
You feel me? But
there's
no, but
always
seriously, like, what does that look like? Like, is that you working up to be on a certain walkway, or is that you modeling a certain way? Like,
so when I was younger and I found out that modeling was a thing, I honestly probably found that out through watching America's Next Top Model. So to me, I was just like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. And my ultimate like dream for being a model was always runway until I realized that there's beauty standards in the fashion world. And I'm like, oh, I'm short. Like, I'm short, I'm plus size. Like, this may not work out for me, but I definitely have always had that dream where I'm like, like my end goal for my modeling, something I've always wanted to do is international. I want to walk in Paris and Milan. After I do that, I can never model again and I will be perfectly happy. As long as I can say I did those two things, I reached my goal. So that's what I'm working towards.
Okay. Okay, I see that. So, starting off, what were some challenges that you were facing? Like, I know you said some of the standards, but outside of that, what are some behind the scene challenges that you were facing that you did not expect? Like, okay, this actually comes with being a model.
I don't know, actually. I am the type of person where like I'll dive down a whole rabbit hole of researching information to know like the ins and outs of something before I put myself in that position. And I know you can't always like know what's going to happen by doing research, but for the most part, like when I go to my casting calls and I go to my shows, I'm like, okay, this is normal, this is standard, this is usual. I would say like my biggest setback for my modeling has really just been those standards.
Okay.
That I would really say that would be like, oh, when I walk into a room, I'd be like, oh, okay, like I get it. I'm not a good fit for you.
Back the hell up out of there real quick.
I was just like, oh, okay, no worries. I'm gonna get me and my short self out of here.
Let's slide to the next one.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, I've had a handful of designers be like, your walk is great, like your image is great. Unfortunately, I don't work with models that are shorter than 5'9" or 5'10", and I'm like, well, I look like I'm 5'7". I'm like, I'm only 5'5".
With the heels.
With the heels, I can, I give a good solid 6 foot, I think. And they're like, no, that's just in your head. So my biggest setback's just really always just kind of like been trying to like break through those beauty standards set in the fashion world, because plus size models haven't always been accepted, short petite models haven't always been accepted. So other than that, I don't really think any challenges as far as like not being prepared or not knowing what I'm walking into. I feel like, I don't know, I prepare myself for that, so I don't really think I've had any other setbacks or issues just aside from that.
Okay. So I'm trying to give it some time before I hop into the big question. You feel me? But so say if you had some little girl sitting here in front of you, right? And they asking you, is model worth a career I should pursue? What would you say? As a career, what would you say?
As a career, I would say, see, that would really just depend. For me, it would be a yes, because my career is my passion. I feel like if you have a strong enough passion for something, why not turn it into your career? I would say that if it's really not that big of a passion for you, don't try to make it a career, because your passion is going to show through your dedication and your work that you do. People are going to be able to be like, oh, okay, well, this model's more motivated and more dedicated than this model, so we're going to go with her instead of her. But she hasn't made this her career. It's just her passion, and you're trying to make this your career. Like, I feel like that shows. So I would
That's
say
deep.
that if it's something that you just know you want to do, yes, absolutely. I feel like there's definitely ways that you can create a career out of it and be successful, which is something that I'm working on. So it's been good so far.
That's deep. And I can relate that to sports because in sports it's the same way. Like when the team is working out, you can see the people who really want to go to the next level and the
Yep.
people who just doing this to have a jersey on.
Yep.
You know, and those
I could
people
tell when I coach my models who's really there and dedicated and who's just there because they know they can model.
like so okay. How did you fall into coaching?
So Michaela, actually. I met Michaela in the Winter Extravaganza fashion show. Didn't really know her. When me and Shanavia started doing our Enchanted Garden fashion shows, she came and auditioned, which I'm so glad she did. I'm so glad she came and auditioned. But after that, she just kind of approached me. She was like, "Great." She was like, I really love your walk. She was like, "It's really great." She was like, "I'm doing this fashion show." She's like, at first I was just judging the casting calls. She was like, "Would you mind helping me pick my models?" And then from there, it went to, "Will you mind helping me coach them?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." I, sit at home in the evening times with my kids anyway. So to do something a little extra like that in the field that I'm passionate about, I'm like, absolutely, let's do this. And from there, it went from model coaching into coordinating. So I helped her coach the models for their Black fashion show that was, I think it was in June of last year, June, beginning of June, maybe into May. But from there, it's just kind of taken a full course.
So you wasn't expecting to fall into it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
See, so and it's crazy because it's like through your story, I can tell how you can make light of taking advantage of opportunities. But like from a person who work to open up doors and like that's what I focus on doing is being that door kicker, that door opener.
Absolutely.
It's like I'm gonna ask you, how do you like going through that, how did you pick apart the opportunities that was coming at you to see like, okay, this is good and this is bad? Or like this is an opportunity I should take or this is an opportunity that I maybe should fall back on?
To be honest with you, I pick and choose through my opportunities from the energy that I get from the person that's a part of it.
That's deep.
I will not put my name behind anything that I don't like. Like if the person gives off a certain energy, like yeah, they may be a good person, but there's just something about them where I'm just like, I will not work with it. I can't put my name behind somebody who could be possibly low-key shady or anything of that nature. Like if you're a good person to this person, but you're a mean girl to this person, I can't work with you. I can't because I'm a girl's girl. I'm not, I'm a girl's girl for uplifting all females. Like if they're not doing anything to you, then you shouldn't be mean to them kind of a thing. So like when I watch situations, I'm a big observer.
So you gotta be.
So I will sit there and I'll read everybody's energy. And I've had people approach me where they've asked me to work with them and I've had to decline. And unfortunately, it's just because you treat this person like that when they're not around. I don't know if you're going to do the same for me.
I know you're going to do the same.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really just energy. Everybody that I've worked with, they're just full of such light, positivity, life. They're good people. They want to succeed. They're a lot like me in a sense. They want to help other people to succeed also. So it's just kind of like a team, a village, like just kind of like everybody is just trying to uplift each other and build each other up just by working together.
See, and what you talking to is the power of focusing on building your network rather than getting to money.
Yes.
Because it's crazy how life teaches you the lessons you need to learn at the perfect time.
It is.
Like when, because I'm a Capricorn.
Okay.
Like I have a ball of energy.
Hold on, when's the birthday?
Like January 19th. So Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was also raised by old school parents. So think of like
Okay.
Like, you ever saw the movie Benjamin Button?
I'm not a big movie person.
Okay, so it's this movie of like a it's like the reverse of life, like a baby who was born an old man and then
I
lived
heard of
his
it.
way into a
Okay.
baby and died.
Yeah.
That's how like I kind of am in my head.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I grew up just knowing so much stuff and like
You were an old man since the beginning.
you feel me, and I
Okay,
could like
I got
my
that.
memory be getting shot sometimes. I'll be like, but when my kids was being born, it taught me you can have all the money in the world, but
Mhm.
say if you stuck in this city and your kids all the way over here and they need to get something done, but you don't have a network, there's nobody you can call on over there to go get that done for you.
Exactly.
What does that money really do for you?
Exactly.
Because you can't time travel yet. So what can it? So then it may be like, okay, how can I use the money to not buy people, but to build a village?
Exactly.
You feel me? Like, what if I do want to go out on a Wednesday night or Monday night or something like that? I shouldn't feel like I'm ditching my kids off to anybody. I should feel like a village of people will be glad to accept my kids and teach my kids and love my kids.
Absolutely.
And so then once I started working on that, I realized, okay, you just have to be good to people.
It's really all it is. It's really
you just have
all
to
it
be
is.
good to people. You feel me? Like
We live in a society where like people think like they just gotta like throw everybody under the bus, and it's like, try being a good person. Just wake up one day and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna genuinely be good to everybody I see today. You have no idea the amount of impact you could have on somebody's day just doing
I'm
that.
telling you.
The relationships you could build just by doing that. I literally will randomly, I have people that randomly come up and talk to me sometimes. I've met people at bus stops before. I still talk to them to this day.
I'm telling you.
They told me their whole life story the 2 minutes I saw them. Exchange numbers, still talk to them to this day.
Damn.
Like you never really know. Like
I ain't that friendly, but I definitely get that.
I'm not. See, that's the thing is I'm not a friendly person either. I'm just nice.
Oh, that's a bar.
I'm not a friendly person.
I'm
really not.
That's a bar.
I just recently had a conversation with somebody. They're like, Britt, when I first met you, they're like, I thought you were so mean. And I'm like, I'm not mean. I'm nice, but I'm not friendly. I'm friendly to the people that I like. I'm friendly to like my circle. And I'm nice to everybody else. And I think people kind of confuse nice and friendly nowadays.
Another bar. God damn. I'm telling you that, and I feel like that's why you have to walk around with your asshole face, because it's like
I have a real bad resting bitch face, and that's why people always think I'm mean. And I'm just like, I would rather people see me and approach me with caution than to approach me and think that I'm just a fool.
In my words, don't treat me like no light skinned nigga. I'm on your ass.
You said no light skin treatment over here.
You feel me? Like, because I feel like, I don't know, they messed it up 2010 to 2015. This is getting kind of off topic, but like with all that goofy playing around, like mixing up serious with jokes and stuff, like it made people like me have to be like, okay, I'm gonna just own everybody ass because you're not finna play with me. You're not finna. But okay.
And I've had people mistaken me being nice for me being friendly, and then just try to play in my face, and I'm just like, I'm an Aquarius. We're not about to do that. Find you something safe to play with.
It took me because like I'm a ball of energy, so I smile and laugh all the time. Like that's how I know I'm not meant for prison. That's how I know I'm not meant. I try everything to stay out of jail and prison. Like I'm too happy. Like I wake up like, what fun can we have today?
Yes.
You feel me? And then people will see that, and not people, a certain type of black man to see that and want to test it because they intimidated by it. And that was me from like 18 or 22. Like they were like, why this nigga so happy? And be like, let me see how I can diminish his day. I'll be like, I don't even like you. Like I don't even know you.
But once you show them that they can't diminish your day and that life that you have, it kind of makes them be like,
they go on to the next person.
Yep.
You feel me?
And then they know not to mess with you because clearly they cannot bother you.
And then for some reason the women started doing it. So that's what I'm going through now. I'm trying to. How can you show a woman don't fucking play with me without being an asshole? Like,
look,
silence. Silence is the key to that. I already figured it out. It's silence. I shut the fuck up real quick.
Please. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. It's the silence that kills us the most.
Quick.
Like,
I'm telling you.
so you mean to tell me you don't got nothing to say to this?
I'm like, nope, I do not. I be in my head like this motherfucker.
I'm the same way though. I literally will react with silence.
You have to. Like, that's how you keep your youth. That's how you stay young. Because the second you let all that energy out and don't recycle it into something else, like it just builds and builds, and then, like I was talking to the lady, Miss Flossie with the turmeric teas. That stuff's gonna start pushing out your body. Like when my little stuff right here started disappearing and fading back, I was like, oh no, I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. I was like,
you was letting everybody stress you out.
I was like, I gotta calm down. Like,
yes, absolutely.
But, okay, to the big question.
Okay.
Why don't you have a LLC?
That was the big question. Technically,
here we go.
I do have an LLC. It is not geared towards any of the work that I do now. I created an LLC for a lingerie boutique 5 years ago.
Wow.
And never launched it. So I do have an LLC. I do have a business. I do have a webpage. None of it is launched. You cannot access any of it. Why I don't have one pertaining to the work that I do now, honestly, I'm just not getting into it. This past year has been a huge roller coaster of just like amazing opportunities, just like one right after another, while life has been lifing right after another. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this past year, I really just kind of like focused on what I was able to focus on, work with whatever I was able to work with, because while I'm trying to better myself in my career in the profession that I would love to do full time, having a company after, life was also lifing. So now that I'm starting to get things together, things are kind of like smoothing out a little bit more in my life, is now when I'm like, okay, what can we do? Like, I was just on my computer yesterday typing up a few things, because you know, you've got content creating, I've got my modeling, I've got my model coaching, I've got coordinating. I've got so many things that I need to set a price structure for, because this past year is, like you said, it's just been pro bono. I enjoy doing it, so I don't necessarily mind not having like the LLC and being like fully legit for it right now. But now that I've grown as much as I've grown, it's definitely something that needs to be put in the works.
So she looking back on all that goddamn money she missed out on. And it's like, not again, not this year.
I won't say that every opportunity wasn't a paid opportunity. There were times last year where I have been a part of some jobs where, I mean, was it a lot of money? Was it? No, but they still provided me with some funds that they were able to throw my way for helping them. So, you know, that's always appreciated. But yeah.
Now it's it's an energy in at least in my network, to where it's like 2025, we tapping pockets. We not looking for no grants. We not looking for no handouts. We not looking for no plans. We looking, all these conversations gotta end with some type of money being exchanged. Like this conversation, it ends with money being exchanged. If I show you how my page is monetizing and I started posting on the 13th, by the time this come out, I know this and the last interview I did is gonna push me. It should push me over to that monetization. Like, I really feel so. I think I should be monetized, at least halfway monetized with the 500 subscribers by, I'm calling it by March. I'm gonna give it February to really go ahead and take off, and then March I should hit that 500 subscriber, and then
I feel like we'll be there before March.
I look, you calling it?
You gotta speak that, okay?
If you see the
I feel like you
behind the
can accomplish
scenes,
that for sure.
I think I can. It depends on what life does. It depends on what life does, and that's the part you really gotta. I think you're approaching this business part of it really good, because you got through that part first without having the responsibilities and repercussions of a business owner.
Yeah.
You was able to see, okay, what is really going to take to do something like that, and then you saw the other side
of like,
Perfect. That was
Yep.
perfect right there. And you see, she didn't say 5 years, 3 years. She said 1 year.
Yes.
And now she's like, I got it. But that's because you inserted yourself. So
And within that 1 year, I accomplished a lot. So I would say, yeah, mine was 1 year, but sometimes people like they may need to have that test run a little bit longer.
Nope.
But I feel like
1
once
year,
you
need
know, like this is something that you're capable of, and this is something that you know you can do, take it and run with it.
I mean, because when you jumped off the porch, you wasn't playing with it.
Absolutely not.
People that play with it make it take more than a year.
Yes.
Like, it took me a year of my cleaning service to know I'm trying to specialize in products or like ebooks. Like,
if you don't know what you're doing within that year, like when you start something, by that time, like the year later, if you still don't know what you're doing in that, you should revisit.
For real.
You should revisit your plan. You should think about it, see if it's really for you, what you need to fix. Because like you said, if it takes longer than a year, yeah, you're clearly playing. I, like you said, jumped off the porch and I was just going. So, I took every opportunity that I felt was a good opportunity for me. It gave me experiences in all different fields. Each show was different. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, the experience was not the same for each show.
I know you got it. So, looking back over this past year, business-wise, what are some common misconceptions that you had about business that was like a slap in the face?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't really have an answer for that. I wouldn't say anything like really slapped me in the face for sure. I would say no. I was very much so prepared for a lot of it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever reached a situation where I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Like, what do I do? Nothing. Yeah, everything's been really smooth. I would say, like, when I started doing what I was doing, things have literally just been falling in place.
What are some questions that you may have about business?
What are some questions that I have about business? Honestly, trying to come up with my business and my business plan. But I can't necessarily, like, what I want to do within my business, there's so many different routes that I could take with it, because it's not just like one service that I can offer. I can offer more than one service because I model, I can coach models, I can coordinate. Saying, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those, like, I need to sit down and formulate that business plan. So that way I have it in my mind, like, okay, this is the steps, these are my goals, this is what I want to accomplish, this is what I want my business based around, this is our mission for this company.
The best way
to really sit down and do that
to approach it is to think about name all the things you said. You said modeling, coaching, co-producing, and what else?
I said coordinating, but co-producing and coordinating, okay, pretty much hand in hand.
Out of those three, really sit down and think about which one inspires you the most and which one do you think you can really, like, pay the bills off of. You have to calculate how much money in a 30-day period.
I want to do like a traveling fashion show.
So then you would be like more so for producing then. Yep. That'd be, so then you open up maybe a fashion show production company where you figure out how to make money off of that, and you make money off of that through being a coach. So the coach supports the fashion production company.
Okay.
So you see whichever one you're passionate about the most, you let the other two support that and then drive that up. And then once that one thing, the one you're most passionate about, takes off, those other two branch off as separate incomes. But if it ever comes into it, since you're working on them at the same time, it's kind of like, it's like creating an ecosystem. Like, that's what I had learned. You know the saying, it takes 5 businesses to be a millionaire, 5 streams of income to be a millionaire. Like, people don't really sit down and think about that. Like, okay, 5 streams of income, how do 5 streams of income make you a millionaire? Because they all tie into one, and one funds everything. It's like a production house. Think about this room, right? This how I describe it to the people I consult with. Okay. Think about this room. Think about being able to get 100 people in this room. And with those 100 people, you need 5 vacuum cleaners connected to the walls to start pumping out all of the money within those 50 people.
Okay.
And then you either bring another 50 people back in here into that, or you build the room bigger and you able to add 100 people, 200 people. But those 5 plugs are still in there pumping out, tapping all the people that walk into this ecosystem.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it's like they all just smush into one, and then it's like a train. It's like a watch or something. They just start. It's like jumping
The
rope.
cycle's just cycling.
You feel me? And like, wow, like that's why you have to have 5 streams of income. It's hard to get that if you just focus on the one. But if you allow your talents to push the one, then they branch off as incomes themselves. And that's what I realized. That's why I say I'm really good at social media marketing because I understand people really need that because that's something they don't really have the time for and don't understand. But what branches off to that is how much I really like to help people.
Yeah.
Because I know that stresses people out the most, and just being able to be that answer for that, it does something for me because it's so easy for me.
Yeah.
And then and then having the products behind it, that's the third stream of income right there. And then me getting my accounting degree, that's the fourth. You get what I'm saying?
So you've got this. You just need one more, right?
No, that's my life insurance license. Once that get finalized, that's my 5th stream of income.
We were talking about that earlier.
You feel me? So, and all of that's finishing up this year, but yeah, that's why it's important to do that. So you heading towards the right direction and you setting up. You feel me?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I say really focus on the structure. The structure of everything you do is the most important because it allows you to automate your system. And once you automate your system, that's how you start pushing to passive income. You feel me? That's how you're able to really start paying. Like, when don't you think it'll feel good to pay your kids just to be your assistants, traveling, doing fashion shows?
That's the goal. That's the goal. I was just talking to my best friend about it. I was like, I want to do, ultimately, like my big goal is I want to do traveling fashion shows. I would love to have my own agency, which is in the works. But I don't want to do like the modeling agency part of that. I want to conduct a fashion show part of that. So
that's what me and Shanavia talk. We talk about you sometimes.
Yeah, so I absolutely love her. She is the one that I'm going to be doing the modeling agency with. We've been talking about it.
You sure you want to mention that right now, or you want to wait until y'all finish?
I mean, I'm not gonna say too much about it, but it's in the works. I also have another collab this year that I can't really talk about that is gonna be fire. Everybody's got to stay tuned to that. So I'm really excited. There's a lot of stuff that's going on.
So outside of, did you want to finish? Okay, because we're gonna have at the end where you get to do all the other things you got coming up. We're gonna have outside of the business part of it, how do you go about marketing what you do to build your network? How do you go about putting yourself out there? Like, are you mainly focused on social media?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a lot of social media and like events. I try to go to events so that way I can network, meet new people. Because I'm always obviously interested in meeting new photographers, new designers, anybody who's willing to network, work together, collab. So I try to like go to events also because social media, like, yes, it's like a big thing, but it also only gets you so far.
Shit, what you mean? Shit, it's millionaires on social media.
True. But there's also millionaires at events that aren't on my social media.
Not in St. Louis. Okay.
So my social media is growing. So I've got a good community of people that I have on my social media, but I've met a good amount of them in person at events, not from me sharing my stuff on social media.
What if I told you St. Louis is not an entertainment city, it's a business city?
It's something. it wants to be an entertainment city.
Really wants to be.
But with it being a business
city, the government would never let it happen.
No, but it has the possibilities of being able to reach that.
They got to take that shit to East St. Louis. I'm telling you, they not finna let no dancing, rapping as person take over this city. Like, I mean, they not finna do it.
Which is wild because we have so much talent here in the city. We do. Okay. Argue with me.
I want to, but I don't want to mess some business up. Like, we
you
do
can't
have
mess
talent.
Business up by being honest.
Shit, you'd be surprised. I think we have like mediocre talent. Like we got. Don't get me wrong. We got some people that can sing. We got some people that can like. I don't think we really have. I stopped listening to rappers like that. I never really
I
listened to
have some
singers
few
rap.
favorites.
Rappers?
I have a few favorites.
Okay,
Yeah.
shit. I mean, you can shout them out if you want.
No, it's all right. All right. I don't want to see your face when I mention their names.
Because I was like, what the fuck, nigga? That's just because I think rap is like casting spells into younger people's souls.
You don't think singing's doing the same thing?
Depending on the topic of conversation, most rap is geared towards negativity.
That is true.
Singing, you can get either, or you can get some negative or positive. It's like why cowboys are always depressed, because that country ass music. Why do you think they go through the same shit? Like,
ever catch some country music on my radio? Because why do I want to sit and listen to you whine about your truck and your dog
and your woman, when they're like, and then you, next thing you know, your little brother going the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now you trying to coach him through the failed mistakes, but you still haven't even realized the mistakes because that music, like,
Yep.
and so I think rap do the same thing. Like, when I stopped listening to R&B, I started walking around with that mindset like I wish a nigga would. I started walking around with like, shit, where the ladies at? Like,
I love me some R&B.
I'm trying to sing to a woman even though I can't sing shit. You feel me? But yeah, I'm like,
I love that.
But this city, I think it'll be a long time before entertainment. So you think we have a black $1 billion tech company here? We have what, 3 different colleges that take over our downtown basically.
Yeah.
With a business on every single corner.
Yeah.
We don't have like, it's no, you have, if you want to go to a strip club, you got to go to East St. Louis.
That is true.
And all the clubs here either get shot up after you're opening, or they got horrible service.
Horrible service.
You feel me? So it's like, and then when you do go to Eventbrite and you look at the events, is master classes, is special occasions. It's not dance battles. They really are trying to push it, and I hope they don't. I don't like.
You said I hope they don't.
I hope they don't.
Well, for you creators, I hope y'all do.
I mean, that's more money for me. So in a breath, yeah. But I think about what the city look like for our kids. You know, like. That's why, like, I forgot who said it, but economic empowerment, economic development is how you build any community out of turmoil. Not no singing, dancing, like no, it's get into a bag and bringing the people around you into that circle to get to it. You can be.
That's true, but what if that bag is from your singing? I'm just saying, or you're rapping from the non-talented rappers.
I mean, but when you think. And look, that
and y'all, he's not talking about every rapper.
It be the beautiful women like you that give them motherfuckers hope. And now, they say, you know, they 30 years old, interrupting the whole fashion show because they want motherfuckers to listen to them. They want motherfuckers to listen to them.
I'm out.
Like no.
But see,
no.
and that's why he's yelling at people to listen to him. Still. You know what I'm saying? That's the first show I've ever been at that the artist was like, listen to me, okay? In a way, I felt upset for the artist, but disrespected at the way he was yelling at everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's from years of that type of music being fed into him. That I'm gonna demand my respect without earning it. You feel me? Like, you gotta earn that type of respect.
Sometimes you can demand respect just by walking in the room. It's just really all about your energy and the way you go about the situation.
Exactly. So okay, we kind of went off topic, but we kept it relevant to.
Absolutely.
We kept it pretty relevant. Do you focus on?
We're always off topic.
Look, I do too. So, look, do you focus on the financial side of what you do? Well, of course you do. How do you separate personal finances from business finances, or how do you plan on doing it?
I've yet to separate the two.
What would you consider to be a personal finance versus business finance?
Personal finance would be like my finances for my personal life, like my kids, my rent, my bills. Business would be anything that I have to buy in order to accomplish what I'm doing, whether it be buying like waters and snacks for show day or printing stuff off paying for that. It really just kind of depends.
Did you? Well, you probably don't. Is you LLC Britt Beauty XO or OX?
Except
XO.
I think it's.
Duh. I'm thinking about the money. Look, if you LLC that, the rent you pay can be written off as a business finance. The utilities you pay at that
Really?
house, yes. The gas you put in your car can be written off as a business finance.
Okay.
The you know how you would get maybe like a banana or a donut or something at the quick trip when you put the gas in there, that can be written off as a business finance. A lot of the personal things that you already pay for, if you just LLC your name, you can start converting that stuff into business finances and start getting tax breaks from that, or it opens you up for different types of grants and fundings, and it just opens you up for different type of governmental help, or not just governmental help, but corporate type of help. Like,
You just kind of blew my mind with a few things you just said. I had no idea about any of that.
I can use some game. Look,
we'll be here talking for hours.
I gotta go pick the kids up at 3:30, so we could talk. We could chop it up. We could chop it up. So because this, once I started realizing this, like it started messing me up how much this stuff wasn't told to us. Like,
yeah, I mean, I took a personal finance class in school, and
that ain't shit. I'm an accountant.
they don't teach you nothing.
I'm in the nitty gritty of all of this. Like,
he said, I gotta know it.
Like, you LLC yourself. Say how much you pay for you still paying on your car?
Mm-mm.
How much did you pay for your car?
Like $4,000.
You can LLC your name, sell that car to that LLC, and then write that off on taxes. And maybe you don't get that money back, but that's taxes you wouldn't have to pay back to the IRS just for making that simple move right there.
Interesting. I do need a new car. May have to do that for the next one.
It's this thing called, like, it's like a weighted car test or something like that, to where if you buy in a car, if it falls within a certain weight frame, you can buy that car through the business and write that whole expense off on your taxes and get that back at the end of the year, or get most of that back at the end of the year. You know, like, it opens you up. Like you have to understand, this company was built off of businesses. The United States of America is a corporation, meaning it has like its legal documents to do business and all of these type of things. So once you start operating with America, or the United States of America, as a corporation, as a business, she started talking to you better. She started letting you into more stuff. But if you come in with a W-2, it's like, what can a W-2 do for a business other than work for it?
True. It really doesn't do anything.
And who really appreciates somebody that work for them? You appreciate the people you want to be like.
Right.
You appreciate the people that you think is on the same level as you. If you appreciate people that you have to pay, and you start thinking at some point, damn, that's money I can be, because this motherfucker barely even work. You know what I mean? Like, who appreciate the people that work for them? So America never appreciated a W-2 person. They only use them. But once you get that LLC or that S corporation, and now all of the stuff that you've been doing through your W-2, you can say this is business expenses. They like, well, shit, we can write that off on our big budgets. So now they gonna start opening up. Well, you make more money. You can write this off. Now you can write that off. Like that's why a lot of people here move to Texas, because Texas had opened up in like Dallas, Houston, a lot of those small cities. They opened it up and been had for a minute, to where if you had a felony, a lot of those corporations started getting big tax breaks for hiring felons.
Oh.
Yeah. And so,
I mean, that's good for the felons.
And it's good for the corporation. Think about it, you can write a nigga life off, basically, because you can go get a life insurance policy on that person too. So think about it. You got somebody that just did 15 years in prison. You get a life insurance policy on them through a group life insurance. 9 times out of 10, they not gonna make it through the next 20 years of their life. Just how hard the prison conditions are. Right. Like, if they preserve, then yeah. But if they got beat up and all of that type of stuff, so now you just got a whole bag just off of the government opening this up for you. But what person with a W-2 care about that? No. But think about all the money that person is missing out on.
That's true.
So just LLC, and then the corporation will start messing with you. Like you will see on some of your experience and things like that, you will start getting business credit card opportunities, and you will start getting mail for business lines of credits and things like that. You feel me? Just
Okay.
by doing that, and it only costs you $50 for the LLC.
Yeah, it's really not much. I paid extra because I didn't want to deal with it, so I paid somebody to do it for me. But yeah, no, it's really not that much. I'll honestly say that I really didn't know. I'll say half of the information you just told me.
It
That's
gets
why I'm just
deeper.
kind of looking at you like
It
interesting.
gets
Okay,
deeper. It
okay.
gets so much deeper. Question. I'm better with questions.
I don't. If we're gonna touch base on my questions, I'm about to literally go home and ask a bunch of questions. Probably. I don't have any right off the bat, but there's a few things that you said to me. I want to go do my own research and then kind of bounce ideas off of you. But definitely gonna work on the LLC for sure.
By March.
By March, and then when it comes like to the tax write-offs and stuff like that, I'm probably gonna have some questions later.
Yeah, but you really shouldn't worry about that until you make about 10,000, because the IRS don't really worry about coming after you for taxes until you make $10,000 in a fiscal year.
Oh,
Yeah, once you start pushing that tax bracket, that's when you have to start reporting a lot of your expenses to the IRS.
okay.
But
Okay, that makes sense. Because my sister was saying something to me the other day because she was wanting to do like an online shop thing, just like for some extra income. And she's like, "Well, I don't have to report anything unless I make such and such a month." And I'm like, "That doesn't even sound like to me." I'm like, "That doesn't even sound right." But she knows what she's gone to school for business administration and all that, so
hmm
she is very knowledgeable, just like you are. And I'm just like, "Do you, girl?" I'm like, "That sounds weird to me, but okay." So I'm like, "Okay, I did not know that."
I'm telling you, it's a whole different world. And once I jumped into it, it's like I stopped stressing about life because I know for a fact I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm focused on experiences now. I'm trying to
However, experiences.
like this year I'm traveling. I am traveling like a motherfucker, and
Same.
I'm not even more so talking about plane. Like I'm trying to be in a car out this motherfucker every weekend. Every weekend, I'm trying to be out of
Same.
here going somewhere, and then
The two
graduate to
places
the
I'm going to,
planes.
I'm planning on like road tripping. I don't want to fly. I want a road trip.
You feel me? Like
Dallas and Miami.
nah, that shit. I may have to fly. I drove to Texas before. I was
It's like an
like,
8.5 hour drive where I have to go.
shit. Who gonna help you with that?
Help me with what?
That drive.
I don't need nobody. I
I
mean,
mean,
I need somebody to sit in the passenger seat and keep me
the
company.
8 there is cool, but the 8 back, that's hell. Like,
I'll knock both of them
but
out.
I do it. I just said I'd rather be on the road than a plane because
You did.
I
And
was
now you
just
over here talking about an 8 hour trip is too long.
I be having
So
bad
where are you?
knees. I be having
That's
bad.
okay. Every time we gotta stop for gas. Stretch the knees out, okay? Push the seat all the way to the back and go sit like
Look,
this.
that's the SUV in that motherfucker.
Okay. Get some room going.
For real. But yeah, I mean, yes, yes, yes. I
Road trips
love.
do sound fun, but no, I have two shows that if I'm claiming everything's gonna go correctly, but as long as everything goes correctly, I'm gonna road trip down to both of them. So it'd be Dallas and Miami.
Well, upcoming events because we can start wrapping this up.
Oh, upcoming events. Let's see. I've got a casting call going on February 8th and 9th for my next show. It's high fashion. It'll be on 420 with the Black Fashion STL team again. So if y'all want to model, come out and audition. February 8th and 9th. I have the show in Dallas in March 22nd, I think it is. Well, no, that's Jamal's game show. I think they may actually be the same date, to be real honest with you. I don't remember. But as long as everything goes correctly, I'm gonna be either at one or the other. So I'll either be down in Dallas doing a show down there, or I'll be doing Jamal's game show as a model on there. I'm helping him coach his models too, and I'm also going to model. Then I've got the 420 fashion show. That's going to be at Treasures, I believe. It's going to be a part of Munchie Fest that we're doing. So it's kind of like an all-day event, definitely 420 geared. So if that's your thing, come out, enjoy yourself. It's going to be a really good time. There's going to be a fashion show.
420? Okay.
420 does fall on Easter this year. So
shit,
do your things with your kids. You know, get them good. Come out and have some fun and enjoy yourself. It's going to be a good time. The fashion show is going to be a part of it. We're hoping to showcase some new designers that we haven't showcased in our previous shows. And we always come out with some really great designers. And then in May, I'm hoping to walk in Miami Fashion Week.
You definitely got support on that. Because don't you have to vote for the models in it?
So the company that I signed up for, you have to sign up to get an invite to casting.
Okay.
I got invited.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm really excited. The dates for the show is like May 29th through 31st or something like that. Their casting for it, though, is May 28th. So I got two options.
Wow.
I can book my trip down there, go down there, audition on the 28th, cross my fingers that out of the thousands of models that are going to be there that I get picked and I get to walk. Or I go down there, I audition, hope I get picked. If I don't, I get the experience of just being down there. I've never been to Miami, so they do have like a skip the line option where if you feel like paying your way into the show to like secure that spot with the designer you want to walk for, you can. I thought about doing that, but then I'm just like,
what's the fun?
Do the experience. Like just go down there and see luck of the draw.
You feel me? And if you're really on some networking stuff, then you can do that in extra type of deal.
Exactly. So I'm really excited. So I think I'm going to definitely get that set together. And then I've got another show that I'm working on. Can't really talk too much about it. It's kind of still in the works, but I'm really excited about that show. I'm teaming up with, I've got Michaela with me. Me and her are a team when it comes to co-producing shows. But the people we teamed up with, I'm just... Y'all have no idea how excited I am about this. It's going to be amazing. We have not set a date yet.
Okay.
So we are having a meeting next weekend, I think it is. We're going to sit down, touch base on everything, get a lot more finalized. So it was after our show that we did for 4 seasons. The individuals approached us and was like, we would love for you to help us with this. And we were took back from it. We were like, what? You want us to help you? Like, absolutely. So they're my favorite, 2 of my favorite people in the industry. So I can't wait.
Okay, shit. We definitely gonna be looking out and keep it updating. Especially if we gonna I'm supposed to be doing the social media marketing for Jamal's game show.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm helping him with that part.
Nice.
Yeah, and if everything go right, we should be having the rehearsals up here. That's what I should be. I was trying to talk to them about, but you see, ain't nobody here.
Yeah,
his game show.
That would be nice because I know he was looking for a spot for I think like Saturday rehearsals or something. I can't remember. Yeah, I know our first rehearsal is the 3rd. I'm super excited about that.
10th. He told me the 10th.
Really? What's the 10th? I could just be wrong. He may need the space for the 10th.
Oh, okay.
That might be it. Okay. I know he's doing Monday rehearsals, but the very first one's going to be at Hot Java, the location we're going to be having the show at.
That's smarter than a motherfucker.
So I'm excited. We've got some new contestants for the game show this year. We've got some from the last season also. Got some new models. So I'm just excited about the whole experience. Jamal's game show is gonna be great.
I said this one. I'm inserting myself because what I gotta do. I'm becoming a
that part man of it. He's onto something, and he's definitely working towards big things for the city. Like he's just trying to do what he can to put himself in position, but not just put himself in position. Like he's trying to take his whole team with him. Like he's always talking about it's a we thing, not a me thing, and like I will honestly say since I've met that man, it's always been a we thing, not a me thing. And even when I barely knew him, he's like, yeah, so this is what we're going to do. And I'm like, oh, I'm included. Cool. All right. So he's great.
Figure it out ass nigga. And I love
and he's so talented. Like he can do like multiple different things. So it's like to place himself in a game show that literally can display all of his talents is wild.
Genius. It was genius. It was genius. And
he was
the way
onto
he
something.
fell into it, like, because I kind of sat back and studied shit. So we've been talking along both of our process the past like 2 years.
Okay.
Cause he did an interview when I was first interviewing like a year ago.
Okay.
I had him on no set of interviews. I had did like 15 interviews. I had him in that set. And ever since then, we just locked in, and every month or so, we would hit up like, "You ready to get this money, nigga?" And then life of life, and we'd be like, "Damn, you ready to get this money, nigga?"
Mm-hmm.
And then life of life, and then finally, like walking into this year, it's like, "You ready to get this money, nigga?"
Yup.
I'm like, I'm in position, so yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
And then it's just, let's get this money, nigga. And that's where we at now. So
he's ready for it, and he's definitely placing himself in that position. So I'm excited to see how everything goes, where it all takes him. It's gonna be good.
I'm getting to it.
Season 2.
Alrighty, well, thank you for sitting down with us. This was an amazing conversation. Amazing conversation.
I learned some stuff.
And I know I probably dropped some gems. I know some niggas can pick up on. So
absolutely.
Yes. Don't forget to check out the website. I need your reviews of these candles. I still haven't got the labels. That is the Big Flex Zen right there.
That smells like a man just hugged me.
Yes, that is the Big Flex Bliss. Big Flex Bliss.
The gold flakes for me.
They also have sage in there as well for mosquito repellent. Because sage helps with that. Sage. And the herbal effects as well.
So it smells different like every time I put it up to my nose. It smells really good. I'll say this one's softer.
It is definitely softer
on this scent than that one. That one, it smells like
this gonna take you off your feet
man
every time.
is sitting in that can right there. It smells amazing. Put that in a bottle, sell that. Ladies would buy it for their guys. For this one, I would say this is like definitely a lighter scent, but there's a scent in there that I can't figure it out. It smells really good though.
You're not gonna figure it out.
I'm a very big scent person.
Look,
I'm a perfume girly.
You don't even have to light them. You could just leave them out, and as room this size, they'll get this room lit just by leaving them out.
They're strong.
That's why I wait to open them up, because I know if I come in here and open them up, motherfuckers won't stop smelling them. But I want to be able to
I'm about to grab that one again. It's like.
Shit, I can get
like
you one.
Oversized hoodie, spray it on there.
But I make it at the crib, shit.
Really? Mm-hmm. You make these?
Yes, I do.
Stop it. Yep. I guess I should have known that by that there.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't paying attention.
Me and my business partner, we was making a lot of. We got different, hella different candles.
I almost started making candles. I have like a whole Google Doc drive about just different information on different types of waxes, scents, how you can make them. When I say I dive down the rabbit hole of things, like I have probably 50 business ideas in Google Docs right now that are all halfway started. Yeah, this smells really good.
Yeah, I sell these for $20 on the website, $15 if you buy them off of me. If you catch me and see me, and then I got smaller versions I sell for $10 and $5.
Nice. Y'all should come get that one. Let me get both of them. Get all of them.
Alrighty. Boom. That is a cut.